Hey guys, I'm Morthadon and we are back for Symphogear Season 4, Episode 11. So, last time we had Saint Germain willing to sacrifice herself for her plan to go through. I questioned it literally right before recording the episode, or right, like this talk now, right here. I was like, I wonder if she'd sacrifice herself now that the other two are gone, you know, to achieve her goals. But she didn't end up having to because Adam was like, I'm not going to go through your plan anyway, and I never was planning on it, so now, you know, they have teamed up with Hibiki and our girls, so it'll be cool to see Saint Germain and Hibiki fighting. We had Kirika use her superb song in order to save the two girls, so hopefully she will be okay from that. It seemed like she was still alive and they were going to recover her. I assume if she didn't die instantly, she's not going to die in, like, the hospital room later. Hopefully Ogawa can get in here and get her out. So, yeah, we're coming up. We have, what? Counting this one, 3 more episodes to go. So I'm curious to see how things pan out. Does Adam get this godly power, which he already seems to have a taste of it, right? But does he, like, complete this ritual and get it for sure? If he does get it, how do we beat him? You know, like, they talked about deicide, some power to kill gods, so we'll see how all this plays out. Okay guys, trying to squeeze this in here real quick. I did have some technical difficulties while recording this reaction, so I had to go to a different source in order to watch it, which means it does have a different subtitle track to it, unfortunately. So it is what it is. There's nothing I can easily do to fix it so that way I can watch tonight, you know? So, the subtitles will be different, so if you hear me being confused by some things that are being said, it's probably because they're said differently in these subtitles. Like, for one, I rewatched, like, I only got 2 minutes in before I had the technical difficulty, but, in those first 2 minutes, they're recapping last episode, and then it broke on me on the opening. So I didn't really miss any. You didn't miss any reaction really. It was just me talking because it was recap and opening. So, but basically the subtitles for this one call it a swan song, not a superb song. So there is already a difference there. Who knows what else is different? So hopefully I don't get too confused as we watch this. But we will be starting from the beginning again. I'll watch the first 2 minutes over again. I've already watched it a couple times trying to fix the other episode or the other version of the same episode, and I couldn't get it to work. Hopefully this one does work. Hopefully it's not me and it was the episode itself. So we'll just have to watch it and find out, and then hopefully we'll be able to go back to the other ones continuing forward, praying that those ones work. But yeah, let's get started here, guys, with the countdown in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, now. Yeah, I see, like, swan song to block it. To recap the things I said, or roughly... I actually don't know what I said at this point. I know I was talking a lot about the line they say coming up here that I really liked. We both hold what we believe is right. I like them being together like this. We are enemies who could never possibly reach an understanding. I like what Saint Germain says here, I think, right? The enemy is great, the odds overwhelming. I love that. The same thing I always say. Even so. At least that's the same. That's essentially what I said the first time. And then, during the opening, I briefly spoke about, wait, what did I... Man, that freezing thing messed me all up. What was I talking about? Oh, it was something visually in the opening. Oh yeah, that was one. Yep, right there, the bow. Chris's bow. I was saying, I wish I could shoot a bow as awesome as anime characters do. I was saying, like, I want to be able to shoot a bow and have, like, air shockwaves around it when the arrow comes out. Or I want to be able to, like, punch someone through, like, 4 buildings. And then I was saying how, don't worry, it won't hurt the person. It's anime. They can go through 4 buildings and not get hurt. So I'm not trying to hurt people, you know? They can survive it. Essentially what I was saying, and then right here, it froze. Right when Caglio blew us a kiss, it was like, eh. It was like, nope. It wasn't having it. I actually, unfortunately, think the quality on this version of the episode is worse. I thought it was going to be the same. But we must suffer for hopefully only 1 episode. Okay. We got Kirika out, that's good. Damn. Nothing yet, we just have to deal with what measly power we have up against gods. Gee, he uses hat magic. Nice. And it went back. That was cool. Jeez. He's just deflecting, redirecting. Ooh. Okay. What? Alright. Let's do this, girls. Oh shit. Managed to stun him a little bit there. Alright, he took a hit. I imagine he could tank a hit or two, though, right? Or 200, I don't know, who knows. That's Hibiki for you. Of course she can. Yeah, you used to be an MD too. There's something going on with their gear, right? It's being, like, worked on or something? Is there something else I'm forgetting about that? Like, why aren't they out there? Why are they just watching? I know they said, like, you two are... Last episode they said you two are the only ones with gear right now. I just don't remember why. God. I have a dirty mind. Oh, shit. Ah, okay. So it was effective, cutting off the ley lines the way they did have an effect on this fight. That's good. Oh shit. Coming out of explosions. She has a sword. Oh shit, I thought she cut it off for a second. She says her full name. Oh shit. He's not fully human or human at all? No wonder why he doesn't care about humanity. Oh boy. No wonder why Tiki likes him so much. Although she wanted to be human to be with him, right? Did she even know that he was a puppet? Show me! I want to see! Oh, Jesus. What is he? Oh, that's Tiki, right? I think? Okay. Alright, they made a... I saw the boobs and I was like... I don't think this is Adam anymore. Alright, well... Damn. They evacuated, right? I think they did. Sucks for the architecture, but at least people shouldn't be dying, I hope. That's some crazy destruction, though. This is like freaking... We've had city destruction before, but it reminds me with like the evacuating and everything of like One Punch Man, where they're just like, oh, well, let's just leave this whole city. Abandon it. For now. They? Who are they? Hmm. Interesting. I wonder if the they will be this season or like next season. Redirected it? Oh shit. Would have been nice. Oh shit. Would have been nice if she. Oh no, a satellite! Jeez. Gonna like take down the cameras at headquarters or something. That's what happens when you trust the bad guy. She didn't know that he was a bad guy. She thought his vision's in line with hers, so I get it, but still. I don't want to jinx it, but so far so good on the episode. Commercial break would be my guess. Maybe. Maybe not. Just cut away. Well, that's not good. Hopefully America understands that this is some shit going down. The nasty grandfather. Well, if you think you know everything, you go out there and fight that big thing. Oh, okay. Maybe he will. Man, I hope that old man gets humbled. You're an asshole. But I love it. It's doing damage, but can she just heal it? Yep, okay, yep, she healed it. It's just like the snake thing they fought in the beginning. Or early on. So last time we needed like a big enough, powerful enough hit. Yeah, their gears aren't ready. But what are they having done to their gear? Maybe the grandfather will come in like a... That's the thing, is if the grandfather is a badass fighter, it's gonna make me almost kind of like him. At least it's a fighter, you know? I still won't forgive what the nasty things he's done to his family. Oh. Shit. It's the, oh, what do they call it? The Spear of Destiny? Is that what that is? Or is that a different thing I'm thinking of? What? Okay. Wait, so is Hibiki the... Is Hibiki the god-killing weapon already? Oh, shit. Is this why Adam wanted the Symphogear users to die? Oh, shit, the music. This isn't her singing. This is... Hmm. He was worried they wouldn't be able to defeat the Symphogear users, so he went for the intelligence. Oh shit. He's turning into a weapon? Oh my god, he is using his weapon like a damn sword. Distract him while... Alright, Hibiki. We still have a couple episodes left, though. Right? Alright. Okay, can she heal it? Nope, she cannot. Also, if you notice the thing on her cheek, if you remember, that got broken and she didn't heal it either. I was wondering about that when Hibiki broke the side of her cheek. It's also why Adam was so worried about Hibiki hitting... Ah. Okay. A lot of the season is all coming together. It's cool. Hibiki's not done. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh. Got Tiki out of the body, but... Oh shit! She went for the body. Okay. There's gotta be more, though. Haha. I kinda thought so. Damn. What? He can't take it within himself? I'm guessing that means... Oh. Uh-oh. Hibiki is harnessing god power? Oh, shit. Uh-oh, wait, is Hibiki gonna be the bad guy? What happened? Uh-oh. Oh, no. Shit! Ugh. Goddamn. Now our other girls is probably gonna be the last couple episodes, right? Our other girls are gonna have to stop that. And we're not gonna have Hibiki to do it. Well, shit. Alright, well. That was a pretty crazy episode. We found out Adam is a puppet, not just a human using alchemy to keep themselves alive like the three girls seem to be. So he was a puppet made by someone or something, you know. He called them they, just they, so we don't know what that is, but and they gave up on him because he came out like too perfect, which is interesting. Although I've definitely heard that in stories before where they're creating some kind of being and it's too perfect, you know, like I think in the game Detroit Become Human, I think they actually gave them functions of like breathing and blinking and stuff like that to make them seem more human, even though they don't need to. Like basic, like a lot of bodily functions that we're used to experiencing, in order to make the androids less creepy, they made them more imperfect, you know? That is it, guys, for episode 11. So yeah, you know, a little hiccups in the beginning for me, which stinks, but I managed to get through it in the end. Luckily, I didn't notice there weren't any noticeable subtitle issues other than the fact that they called it Swan Song instead of Superb Song, which luckily that was in the recap, so I already knew what they were talking about. If it was last episode and they were like, you're using Swan Song, I might have been like, wait, what's Swan Song, you know? Maybe I would have figured it out because I would have known it was different subtitles, and maybe I would have been like, oh, probably means Superb Song, but luckily, at least from what I could notice, that's the only thing there. But yeah, so I just don't know, is they like, I'm guessing it's probably going to be something next season, right? Maybe some kind of like organization trying to become God or some, I don't know. Interesting that like made this puppet. We'll see. I'm curious. I would like to get into like the god stuff like Fine and as like a conclusion, and maybe that's what they has to do with, you know, maybe it is some deity entity that has to do with the whole Curse of Balal and all that, but anyway, I was gonna say something else and now I can't remember. It was a cool fight. It was kind of interesting that, I mean, maybe the lore has been there the whole time. I'm not sure. I know I was sent like a article about like Gungnir, or like a wiki page. I didn't fully read the whole thing. I skimmed a little bit. So I don't know if there are ties from Gungnir to the spear that they said it was a spear they used to check if the son of God was dead, right? I think the Spear of Destiny was supposedly the spear that was actually used to kill him. Maybe I'm mistaken on that. I don't know religious stuff very well, so. But yeah, like, I wonder if I were to read the wiki, would there be ties from Gungnir to the death of the Son of God and stuff like that for it to make sense, or was it just kind of... Because to me, you know, not knowing any of that stuff, it feels a little convenient. It feels like one of those things like, yes, the weapon we've needed all along is the one that we have right here already ready to fight. It's like just extremely convenient that the main character is wielding the one power we need in order to defeat this thing that no one knew was the power we needed until we found some super secret documents that, you know, randomly popped up. Well, not randomly, they searched for him, but I don't know, there was just little bits of that felt a little bit convenient storytelling, you know. I thought we were going to actually have to go find the spear before they said that it was Gungnir. But yeah, Hibiki taking in that divine power in the end was interesting. I wonder why. Did it latch onto her because she was, like, more powerful or more, like, divine in a way than Adam was? Like, what? I wonder, like, does it have a will of its own, or did Hibiki I don't think Hibiki, with her good nature, would have somehow subconsciously did something. But it's now, like, cocooned up there, and I imagine something will hatch from it, maybe? So I'm really curious, like, if it is, like, also, if it isn't sentient, then how is it, like, controlling her, right? I feel like it must have some form of sentience itself, and now Adam has released this, like, evil thing into the world, and I almost like how Adam was, like, pushed to the wayside now because of this power. Like, I thought he was going to be the big bad in the end. I thought he was going to get this divine power and become even more powerful than he was before, and he was scary beforehand, you know? So, I thought that's how it was going to go, but it seems like Hibiki might be the big bad. We're probably going to have our characters team up and fight. I did like some of the little details of, like, Adam early on destroyed, you know, fired that big blast, not to kill the Symphogear users, but to destroy the data, right? I can't remember if Hibiki was there, because I guess if he would have killed Hibiki, it's possible that her relic might have still been there, and then it still could have been used against them, right? If someone else could have wielded Gungnir. I mean, Maria has done it before, right? So it's possible that she could have just taken it and done it. So, you know, maybe the best bet was to try to destroy the data rather than try to destroy the Symphogear users, which, I mean, he did kind of try to do both. That's what he sent the girls out to do the whole season. But yeah, anyway, I like that detail about him just trying to, like, destroy that data. I like the detail that the data they used was from that airplane that, you know, we had Kirika and Shirabe save earlier on in the season as well. Another little incident that seems to have tied into the rest of what's going on here. So I like that. That's cool. We also had a hint that the old man was coming out to fight, which now it's going to get complicated, because if he is a badass fighter, and if he is extremely powerful, he might be in favor, like, the girls might try to beat Hibiki in a way that isn't going to kill Hibiki, but if he comes out here, I bet you anything there's going to be a conflict in him wanting to just kill it, right? Like, we need to stop this power now, kill it, which would end up killing Hibiki, and our girls wouldn't be for that, and then it's going to cause, like, strife between the two groups that are fighting it, kind of thing. That's one of my theories now that Hibiki is involved, so I was kind of hoping that he was going to come out and be a badass fighter, at least have something redeeming about his character, which might still be the case, but I think it's all going to be undercut for me by the fact that he very well might be fighting, you know, Hibiki, so, and I won't want it to be happening, so then I won't like it as much, and I still will hate his character, which I think I'm going to hate his character no matter what happens anyway, just because, you know, just because you're a good fighter doesn't mean I can accept what you've done to your damn family, so, but yeah, I mean, honestly, I don't really have too much more to talk about. It was just kind of a lot of fighting. I mean, the thing that Tiki turned into was pretty crazy looking, and the fact that it had the rewind time thing, and I also like that it established that Hibiki, like, punched it in the cheek, broke a part off, and then we saw, and it didn't do its healing thing at that time. Maybe the damage just wasn't enough. But then we saw Saint Germain shoot it a bunch, and then it did its regen thing, and then at one point, I think they already told us that by the time they showed us, but when they said Gungnir was the god-killing weapon, she turned her head, and then you see that piece still missing even after she healed. It's very cool. But also I like how Adam just calls her Godslayer now. it just reminds me of Fairy Tail, which is a show I really love. Long, and a lot of it has a good amount of slower moments and stuff, but some of the fights just get you that like hype feels when you're like when you really care about characters after a while and you see them fighting for something, like to protect someone or, you know, to protect things they love. And it's a lot of that, and they like gain power through that desire to protect kind of thing. And it just has a lot of hype moments when the characters are like powering up to finally beat the bad guy that's been whooping their ass the whole fight kind of thing. It does that almost every fight, and it's great. But yeah, oh, that makes me want to watch Fairy Tail again. God damn it. Anyway, sorry, I got sidetracked. But yeah, good stuff. I don't even know if I finished what I was saying because I got sidetracked, but whatever point I was trying to make, I'm sure you get it. That's gonna be it for me, guys, I think. Thank you so much for watching. Hit that subscribe button if you enjoyed. Check out my Patreon. You can see the rest of this season and the final season on my Patreon if you haven't seen that yet. Or if you're not a Patreon member already. Through the Patreon show tier, you can get access to shows that I don't release right away on YouTube. I watch the entire show on my Patreon, and then I start releasing it one episode at a time per week. So if you're watching this on YouTube at the moment, that means that the rest of Symphogear is up there, and whatever I replace Symphogear with is up there too. So check that out. Thank you guys so much, and I will see you in my future reactions. Bye-bye.